Inhale, exhale into your chest and let it go. Inhale, exhale into your chest and let it go. Notice your emotions.
Okay, so who are you?
My name is Cielo, and I am the CEO and founder of the Cielo Breathwork Studio in Louisville, Kentucky.
Nice, beautiful. How long have you been doing this breath work?
So I have been on my breathwork healing journey for about 2.5 years.
2.5
That's when I
years.
found this practice and I fell in love with how powerful it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the thing that blew my mind away was how can something so simple we all have within us
yeah.
be so powerful yet so underestimated, overlooked?
Wow.
Our breath is our life force.
Yes.
It's the first thing that you do when you come into this world. You inhale and you're alive. The last thing that you do before you die, you take your last breath, you exhale, and you're dead. We need our breath
We do.
to stay alive. And so that being said, we do it on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
We breathe on autopilot because if we don't, we're dead.
Right,
But that makes us just take it for granted.
right. Because we go through so much on a regular basis.
So most people do this shallow breathing because again, like you're just barely breathing to stay alive.
Right.
But if we really start tapping into the real power of our breath,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much more powerful. We have the power to heal ourselves through the breath,
Through the breath.
just our breath.
Did somebody teach you this? How did you come to know that the breath was such a, poetry in motion? Literally keeping us alive, taking your last breath. Like, who taught you this? Who showed you this?
So it's a little bit of a combination of I got obsessed when I found this practice. I
Yeah.
just got obsessed.
Yeah.
And I started reading all books and everything. I didn't have a lot of support.
Mm-hmm.
I started my healing journey about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I had my corporate job. I thought my life was perfect.
Right.
I had a 6-figure corporate job. I'm still married. I'm married. Like I was in a very good relationship, and my relationship, I used to say, we had the best, perfect relationship. We never fight.
Yeah.
We have kids. We have like this beautiful house. Like my life is perfect.
Yeah.
Then I found this practice, and I started learning a lot about me. I learned that I didn't know who I was.
Oh.
And then with this practice, I started finding myself.
A journey towards your
Yes.
inner self.
And then I'm like, oh my God, the relationship with my husband, we love each other. We do.
Yes.
But the reason why we never fought was because I had no boundaries. I used to like not know how to say no.
Right, just go with it. Oh.
And so I started learning my boundaries, my worth. I learned that I was really mad at myself because at the end of the day, the only person that allows anyone to do anything to you is you.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was a really hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And then I started working on my own. And so I got obsessed with it because of how much it changed my life. It gave me purpose. I had a perfectly fine, amazing job, good paying job. Was not hard. I was really good at it. Yet I felt empty.
Empty. Yeah.
And something was missing. And I had to breathe a lot.
Yeah.
Breathe a lot. And one day it just came to me. I was just like, this is my purpose. Like I just love what I do.
Yeah.
And I don't know, every time I lay down and breathe, I just get like a little piece of information. That's the other thing about breathwork. Every time you come into a session, it feels like you're getting this huge breakthrough. And it feels like it's huge.
It's liberating.
It's really not that huge. It's
Yeah.
just a little tiny piece of the puzzle. Every time you do it, it's different. Every time.
Every
Even
time.
me as a practitioner, every time I go into a session, it's different. And every time you lay down and breathe, you get exactly what you need and what you can handle.
Yeah. Every day is different. Every day we may not be at our best. And that's maybe where our breath changes. Maybe this day we're a bit more stressed out. Maybe this day we're a bit more refreshed, relaxed.
Yes.
And so you're saying that by going to your studio, we can find all these little pieces about ourselves and begin to understand better.
Understand, it gives you clarity.
Clarity, yes.
And then you have to go and do the work.
Do the work. That's the other thing. It's not can you do this for me? Can you help me out? give me the microwavable meal. No, you have to really show up, like go to the gym. You have to exercise.
And that's the thing. Nobody can do it for you.
Ah.
Happiness is a choice. It's actually a really hard choice to make. Choosing you is a lot harder than anyone can imagine.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. That was another thing that I was like, a hard pillow to swallow. Choosing me, I wasn't choosing me.
Right.
I used to choose everybody before me. And now I make an effort to choose me because it's still hard. Nobody can do it. You have to do the work. But breathwork does give you clarity and guidance on the areas of your life that you really do need to go and work on. And then you have to go and do the work, or you'll just go back to the same familiar
place.
Hell.
Yeah.
Because we are just, as individuals, we just like what's familiar, what's predictable, even if it's not good for us.
Yeah, it's a place of comfort for us because what's familiar, okay, I know how to deal with this. I've been here before. It's where
it's not good for me.
Yeah.
But at least I know the outcome. I can control the outcome. It's not a good outcome, but I can control it.
Yeah.
Instead of allowing ourselves to let go of that, let go of what's familiar.
Yeah.
And step into the unknown. So what I like to say at the studio is like, this is a place where you come and get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Learn how to get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yes.
And once you do that, you start finding a whole different world.
Yeah. Where can people tell me where can people go to find this studio and your social medias, if you have any social medias?
Yes. So you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Cielo_Breathwork, and that's what it is.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Cielo_Breathwork on Instagram and social media. I'm on LinkedIn too. And you can go to my website, www.cielobreathwork.com. I am located in Louisville, Kentucky, in the Middletown area. We have the first studio, and we are very excited. We are working on a lot of partnerships with the mental health community. We really want to bring awareness of this very powerful self-healing practice that anyone can do. As long as you can lay down and breathe, you can walk into the studio and you will feel the benefits of it in one session. You don't have to have any previous experience. You just have to be willing to come in, lay down and breathe.
There it is.
Then you can make a decision whether this is a tool that you want to use or not. And it's not for everybody.
Right.
Not everybody's ready to get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yes.
Allow yourself to heal that relationship with your breath. Allow you to surrender to your breath. It has also helped me to get comfortable with all my feelings. All of your feelings are valid, all of them.
Yeah.
But we have a bad habit of labeling our feelings, good feelings and bad feelings. We don't have good feelings and bad feelings. They're all your feelings. They're all valid. They're all part of you too.
Yeah,
they're all yours. So when we choose to ignore our warning feelings, our uncomfortable feelings like pain and grief, we are ignoring ourselves. We don't like being ignored. We don't like to be overlooked, and we do that, and we get mad at ourselves.
We do.
And then they don't go anywhere. They show up and manifest in ugly ways because they're trying to get your attention. And we need them all. So it's how will you know what happiness is if you've never been sad? You need to know, you need them both. And I feel like this practice has allowed me to kind of like be friends with them and learn like, okay, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this feeling, but I'm just gonna listen to it. What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah.
So like I'm just kind of like learning how to work with my feelings, all of them. And trust me, some of them are not fun.
It's tough. It's difficult. I mean, not everything. How can I say this? Not everything is easy. I mean, life is full of challenges. It's full of experiences, and like those feelings, we're not. You're not always your thoughts, right? So this might arise and come up, and you have to learn to, like, when you exhale, to let that go, right? Right.
Let it go. Like don't hold on to anything that's not serving you anymore.
Yes.
I just feel like when you learn to just be detached, like you're not your thoughts,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just learn to be friends with your feelings. All of them are valid. They're all rooting for you.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all rooting for you. They're not against you. They're part of you.
They're part of you. Exactly.
Get comfortable with them and your life starts changing.
Yeah.
And again, the only one that can make that decision is you.
It's
Nobody
you.
can do it for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And I noticed that stress is a really good example. We are addicted to stress as a society.
I hate to say that. I hate to agree with you on that one, but yeah,
stress with successful. You're important.
Money.
You're hustling.
Yeah.
You're busy. That's
Status.
good.
Yeah.
So it's like good. You're stressed. And then when you try to take a break and slow down, it's like, oh my God, you could be doing something better with that time.
Absolutely.
You're lazy. And that goes to like this practice, what it does at a scientific level is like it helps regulate your autonomic nervous system.
Yes.
Which is the one that signals your brain on how to react during stressful situations.
Mm-hmm.
And it's divided into fight or flight or rest and digest. When it's unbalanced, your autoimmune disease is out of whack, your mood is out of whack, the way you show up to life.
When you talk to people, I mean, they could feel that energy, right? Something's amiss. You know, they're a little bit hasty, you know. Something's bothering them.
You need to slow down.
Yeah.
And even for me, like, sometimes people are like, well, don't you breathe? You shouldn't be mad. I'm a normal person.
Yeah.
I get mad and I get upset and I'm happy and I'm like, I'm not trying to say that breathwork will like, you will never be stressed anymore. You will never be mad anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. It's about like, how can you feel those feelings in a healthy way where you're not hurting others?
Yes, I think that's important. I think that's also a part of the growth though. You know, life every day it's a different challenge, you know. But coming to terms with these changes, trying to take those steps to be just a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's important. Yeah.
And again, it's just a tool. Yeah. There's a lot of other tools out there. And I just want to raise awareness on this huge self-healing tool we all have within us. You can choose to not use it, or you can choose to tap into it, into your inner power.
Yes.
Once you do that and you heal that relationship with your breath, your life changes. Like it changed my life, and I know it can change so many other people's lives. I used to work with addiction and mental health overall for the last 5 years. I did pharmaceutical sales, so I'm very familiar how
people try to mitigate it with a pill. This will fix your sleep problems. This will fix your angry problems. Just take this one pill.
Numb it. Where instead of like, what is causing? What's causing these problems? You're just like numbing the symptoms. Numbing. Oh, now you have this side effect from this pill. Let me give you another pill. And I am not against medication. I feel like we need it. Especially with addiction, you need what you need in order for you to like get back to a stable place.
Yes.
You need what you need, and I am not against it. I think it's wonderful. I think that people should start working towards like the real root cause of whatever is causing your addiction, whatever is causing your anxiety, your depression, your PTSD. There is a life where you can heal yourself from those illnesses. And you have the answer within you. You are the medicine.
I guess that's why we need more people like you to kind of help us explore these different remedies.
I'm on a mission.
You're on a mission?
I'm going to start the Breathwork Revolution. That's my hashtag. Join the Breathwork Revolution.
Okay, and so
Join the Breathwork Revolution.
Perfect. If you could give one more message to the world, you know, it's very chaotic times that we're in now. You know, political, presidents, you know, the war over there in Palestine and Israel, the world, it just seems like it's utter chaos. It seems like there's thing after thing after thing that just keeps happening. What can breathwork really do on all these crazy things? You know, one day at a time, one issue at a time. But what message can you give with your breathwork?
Breathwork will actually allow you to see things from a different perspective. So if we can start putting ourselves in everybody else's shoes, the world would be a better place to live in.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest things that I have gotten from the breathwork practice. I am starting to see things from a different perspective where I can acknowledge your pain
Yeah.
without justifying it. So I understand why you're acting the way you're acting, but I'm not gonna allow you to hurt me. So it's with love I can set a boundary, but I don't want to. But I feel like I'm a lot more understanding, and so I set my boundaries with a lot more love.
Yes. Okay. I
And
like
because
that.
we take a lot of things personal, and most of the things are not personal
At all. Yeah.
people react to you and do things to you, and it has nothing to do with you. So when you start understanding that everybody's going through something, there's somebody, everybody's it's fighting an inner battle.
Yeah.
You start treating people with love and respect, but at the same time you're starting treating yourself with love and respect, where you're setting boundaries and you don't let people cross them.
Yeah.
And that's where I can love you and love myself from a safe distance.
That's beautiful. I don't think you could have put that any kind of better way. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
No, thank you for having this conversation. I just met you. I mean, this is amazing.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
absolutely, absolutely. I hope more people will come out to your studio and get a lesson in. Go towards that journey on the inside.
Inwards.
Yes.
It's a journey inwards. That's
Yes.
where we gotta go.
Yes.